Okay, so welcome back everyone. Good evening and welcome back to our third and final session in the Get Off Your Butt and Coach series. It always gives me a little laugh when I announce the title of that, but that's exactly what this series was designed to help you do. So I know that some of you have enjoyed some great success in doing just that since the class started, and I'm really excited to hear about your success. So I know that there's a couple of people who've really stepped up and got plenty of great pro bonos happening. How many pro bono clients are you working with now and or paid clients? I'd love to hear about any successes. And I think it might have been maybe Purdy had said on the Facebook page earlier in the week that she'd had some massive success grabbing some more clients. Purdy, I'd love to hear about that from you if you're available, if you want to have a little chat to us. I don't know if you've got a microphone. We don't normally do the microphone thing on a webinar, but it's a special occasion. So Purdy, just get ready. I'm going to take you off mute and see if I can talk to you. Hi, are you there?
Hi. Yeah, I am. How you going?
Hi, good. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Purdy, you have had some success during the week. You've got yourself some more pro bono clients and some additional paying clients as well, I believe. Is that right?
My first pro bono clients, yeah,
Yep.
and no paying ones yet.
Oh, okay. So your first pro bono. Wow. How did you do that?
First pro bono. Um, it's a bit sneaky. I've just changed jobs to work with a program full time where I
Yep.
can use my life coaching
Oh,
skills.
fabulous. Hey,
And as
nothing sneaky about that, darling.
yeah, so they've given me the opportunity to coach 6 clients for 3 sessions each.
Wow.
I'm doing that for free, well, pro bono.
Yeah.
They're doing a 6-week fitness challenge.
Yes.
So we're doing accountability coaching for them once a fortnight during that.
Wonderful. And so, Purdy, I'm curious, how did you...
I've committed to go and do the fitness sessions with them.
Yeah, okay. So how did you... how did this opportunity come up for you? How did it come to be known that you were coaching and looking for pro bono clients? What did you do?
This is with a community of women that I've been a part of for the last 18 months in a program here in Darwin called Art Your Life that I've been volunteering for the last 18 months, I guess.
I know about Art Your Life. I was
just
yeah.
with Katie. So
Well,
that's just ramping up, and I'm their first full-time staff member, I guess.
Oh,
coming
congratulations.
On board, so we've got office space in it.
Well, that's amazing. Say hi to Katie for me. She's an old colleague of mine from coaching. So there you go. That's amazing. Well, congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing your success with us. We're really excited for you.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you. So guys, there's already one person in the class, and I'm sure there are many more of you who are having some great success and moving forward with your coaching. And that really was the objective of these classes. In fact, I want to really sort of call you to account now and say to you, this is the 3rd week we've had now talking about this particular topic. And I'm curious, I want to find out from you guys what's changed. Are you still concentrating purely on studying to the detriment of your coaching? Or are you increasing your experience with your pro bono clients? And is it possible perhaps for at least some of you that now you're realizing that it's mostly you who's holding back your progress? I really want to get some answers to these questions. Talk to me. What's happening? Because we've been talking about this for 3 weeks. And, you know, sometimes there's no better time than the present to just jump in, and that's what this series has been all about. So I'd love to hear some answers from you. Here we go. Karen. Hi, Karen. Karen's saying she's asked another 2 people lately for pro bono practice. Both have said yes. Struggling to find a time to work. Okay, Karen, my recommendation to you with regard to times to work is say to the client that you have 3 times available and they are this, this and this, and just give them a choice. That way they still feel that they have a choice, so it's giving them that wonderful opportunity, and it's working in nicely with your schedule as well. And hey, scarcity is not a bad thing when you're trying to, or when you are working towards becoming a highly paid coach. It's not a bad thing to be unavailable sometimes. Let's see, Yasmin's coached a lady who's been experiencing panic attacks and anxiety. She woke up the next morning and for the first time in 3 or 4 weeks she didn't have a panic attack. She's become a weekly pro bono. Yasmin, huge congratulations, well done. Do you know you've changed that person's life? You get that, right? Do you get that that's how powerful that is? Panic attacks for people who have them are absolutely debilitating, and that's an extraordinary result. Thank you. Charmaine, this is your first webinar. Okay, no worries. Well, welcome. It's lovely to have you in our community. Thank you. Okay, yeah, Raywin is saying Yahoo increased by 2 pro bonos and 1 new paying. Yay, yay, Raywin, yay. I'm dancing around for you. Well, I would be if I wasn't wearing my headset. Well done, congratulations. James O'Connor, new pro bono clients increased by 300%. At least 2 more regulars coming soon. Really working on building the hours up. James, I take my hat off to you. I know that's been a challenge for you. Well done. Enrico, still some pro bono clients, still studying, but after last week, no more holding back and no more bullshit. Well done, Enrico. I love it. Thank you. If you thought last week was big, wait till you hear this week. Etienne, practice is the key to mastery. Got the little kick in the butt that I needed and 2 new pro bonos in my niche. Wonderful. Well done. Pam, I've set up 1 definite and maybe another for 6 sessions starting in 2 weeks' time. Well done. Glenn, put a Facebook post out to all my friends, about 100. Lots of great feedback wishing me luck, but no pro bonos yet. Possible that I'll follow up on. Yeah, Glenn, sometimes the scattershot approach works, sometimes it doesn't. The only way of knowing is just to give it a go, and I would perhaps follow that up with some specific requests to people who you know might have access to people who would benefit from coaching, maybe a more personal approach. Louise distributed 500 flyers today to 17 businesses offering a special life coaching offer. Have also had amazing results with 3 pro bonos this week. Louise, that is massive action. Well done. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. Lisa has started coaching pro bono my neighbour's daughter on financial success due to personal debts. Well done, Lisa. Remember, okay, guys, all of you remember, it's never about X. You remember this, right? It's never about the actual thing that they're being coached on. It's always about the mindset about the thing or the resource that's missing within them that they need to bring to the fore. And Lisa, giving the daughter some extra tools around financial awareness can also help on the top end of that as well. So congratulations, that's a wonderful, challenging one to be coaching. Shirley, being your 2nd or 3rd webinar, probably still concentrating purely on your studying. Shirley, you have the GROW model available to you through classes and through some of the paperwork that you have, I believe. Please don't hold yourself back. There is no such thing as the perfect time to start coaching. The only perfect time to start coaching is right now, even just running some of the GROW questions. And I recognise that may be a challenging thought for you, and I encourage you to step over that boundary anyway. Enrico, UPW changed my world. Oh, so excited for you. Well done. I can't wait to hear about it. Etienne approached 2 new sports clubs interested in workshops, following up with packages at the moment. Congratulations. Okay, Karen, can you ask me that question again at the end? I've got a huge Q&A session at the end. Thanks, Shirley. Yes, very good. And yeah, absolutely. Enrico had yesterday an interesting change of strategy with one of my clients and faced him straight on his face about his excuses. It was intense, but I hit the spot. Well done, Enrico. Yeah, fantastic. Beata nearly finished her new website for Slimming Sensation. Awesome. Heaps and heaps of great action, guys. That is so exciting. I am so pleased for you. And this is the kind of reaction that I wanted to hear from these classes. Because if you are holding yourself back, then you are holding back the glory and the magnificence that you have and that you're able to facilitate in your clients from the world. And that's just such a shame to hold back a gift like that. In fact, I say, yep, my strategic plan is called doing things. There's no other way to get things done except doing them. And I wish I could tell you the long road that I've had to getting to where I am today. Today I'm at the point where in about a day and a half I'll be pressing go on a massive new coaching product. And it's probably been 4 months I've been sitting in the office now purely just doing this and some coaching and just building the website, building the product. And you know what, like you guys, when I first started I thought I would never get there, and now we're only moments away from pressing go and starting up this huge business. So please take it from someone who feels everything you're going through and who understands or knows, can appreciate the struggles and the mountain that you're facing. Please know that there is no magic formula, there's no bullet, there is no get-rich-quick scheme here. Coaching is a beautiful discipline, but it's a discipline, and building a business requires discipline. So please, let's look at some ways that you can build your business tonight, and I'm going to share with you some of the strategies that I used when I started coaching to build my rate and build my client base, as well as building my business. So, I know you've heard this before, but I really want to hammer this home for you guys. If you are not in the game 100%, then of course the results that you're receiving are not up to your expectations. And what do I mean by being in the game 100%? I mean, when I really started accelerating my coaching business, I was doing 6 to 10 hours of coaching per week. And when I started, they were all pro bono hours, and they eventually shifted into paid and then highly paid coaching hours. Webinar attendance is a must, either live, where you have the opportunity to ask questions and get feedback, or recorded later on. Around 2 hours of self-study, reading, researching, watching YouTube clips on NLP, anything you can find, plus all the fabulous resources that you have available to you through the Life Coaching College. And I really recommend that you do some repeated listening of your webinars and your audios, because it takes so many repetitions, and every time you hear a repetition you'll get something different out of it, because remember, your brain is always distorting, deleting and generalizing information, and every time you hear something you're going to get a slightly new learning or a different distinction out of it. So I really recommend that repeated listening strategy. It's a very powerful one. Bob's saying, not holding back this week, overload of work and activities that you had to attend to. Yep, Bob, I get it, and thank you for sharing that. And this space is not about, you know, always kicking everybody's butts. We get that you guys have a life to live and things to do as well, and jobs to hold down, and that's part of what I wanted to talk to you about tonight, so thank you. Tendai says, that works. The more pro bono, the better. Yeah, Tendai, absolutely. All right. Now, guys, something different tonight. I'm actually going to give you the code for tonight's class right now. So grab your pen. You will need to write this down. We're going to start seeing the codes scattered throughout the classes in different spots, and that's for a number of admin type reasons. And so just write down the code YB174. That's your code for tonight. I will not be giving it to you at the end of the class, so make sure you write it down. Okay, YB174. All right, so how do you build a business? There's over 30 people on the call tonight. This is a massive class, and I know I'm going to get lots and lots of wonderful comments here, and forgive me, I can't always get to all of the comments because there's just so many of them scrolling through, and I know that you guys appreciate and understand that. But I'd love to ask you a question. I've got over 30 very experienced business people in the room with me right now in this call. I want to ask you, how do you build a business? What do you do when you need to build up a business that's either not making enough money or doesn't have enough clients or customers? What are some of the strategies that you've seen in business, in the businesses you're in, or maybe that you've experienced? What are some of the things you can do? Get more clients, get more money. What else can you do? I've only got one answer so far, and that's from the fabulous Lisa, who's saying advertising. Here we go. Karen's saying free trials. See more people. Thanks, Greg. Permanent dedication, energy and belief. From Bob, diversify your offer, Enrico. Get clients. Talk to everyone about what you're doing very enthusiastically, says Yasmin. Mona says marketing. Glenn says promote yourself. Raywin says build alliances that can help you grow. Beata says great service. Louise says network, network, network. Bob says being a perfectionist. Bob, I'm going to challenge you on that. You may not have heard from me yet that the P word, the perfectionist word, is banned in my presence. There's a concept in coaching, Bob, that we talk about, that perfectionism is a wonderful strategy for never actually achieving anything. And as a reformed perfectionist myself, I can definitely relate to that. We'll have an opportunity to explore that a bit further perhaps later on. Have you got another answer for me, Bob? What's another strategy you've seen for increasing business? Daniela says, planning, speak to potential customers to see what their needs are. What are their frustrations and needs? Yeah, good. Layla, be organised. Tendai, plan and set goals and focus. Mona, yep. Promotion, says Rod. Vicky says review your product, make sure you're offering what people want. James says take lots and lots of action. Mona says, oh, yeah, that disease, perfectionism. Yep, I've got that. Mona, I challenge you. Let's say you had that and now you're learning something different. Lisa says offer coaching prize in a community raffle. Great idea. Yasmin says have a vision and do something every day. Get testimonials and put them on your Facebook or website. Etienne says have a clear vision, mission and value statement and align your actions with them. Greg says work on your sales skills. Charmaine says reassess your goals for the business. And Raywin says testimonials from the clients you've helped. Wonderful. Well, we have lots and lots of business experts in the room. We have lots of people who know how to build a business. So then what's happening, guys? How many of you guys are charging for your coaching right now? How many of you have had a paying client? Even one? I'm not getting any answers. Yep, lots of nopes. Greg has had his first one today. That is very exciting. Vicky said yes. Raywin says yes, I now have 5. Greg, we are so excited for you. Would you mind coming off mute and talking to us about that for a moment? I'll see if I can get you. Let's see. Is this going to work? Oh. Hi, Greg.
Oh, hello, Catherine.
Just put
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you beautifully. Thank you very much. Greg, you have had your first paying client today.
That's true. I've been doing pro bonos up to now.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
We're very excited
for you. And it went,
so how did that come about?
well, a friend knew I was doing the NLP and basically referred someone to me.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I finished the NLP practitioner about 3 weeks ago,
yep.
I booked this person in. So we've had our second session, and the first one I just met with her, and the second time we had a paying session, and we've got another session in 2 weeks' time. But
wow.
It was wonderful. It was a breakthrough for her and for me. It was just so good.
Wonderful. Congratulations. And Greg, did you find that in the session, being your first paid session, did you find that you found yourself sort of stepping up and giving even more to the client?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely felt a big obligation to give her great value.
Yeah.
And I prepared for it. I prepared last night. I knew the NLP tools I was planning to use because we planned that a couple of weeks ago. So I went over my notes and made sure I knew everything and polished my skills at the same time. It's fantastic.
Yeah, awesome. So it's not only an opportunity to earn some money, but it's a continuous learning kind of thing too, isn't it?
Fantastic. It boosted my confidence.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, congratulations. We're all very excited for you. Well done.
Thank you. I've been on the air too. That's good.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg. I'm going to put you back on mute now. Thank you. So, guys, I encourage you to give a big congratulations to Greg. That's a huge thing for him. Well done. Yeah, there's lots of congratulations coming through, Greg. We're really excited for you. And I do trust that you guys have taken some inspiration from that. It is possible, and there are some of you who now have multiple paying clients and some of you who are just on the edge of getting that first paying client. And what I want to talk to you about tonight is building your business. So, in my experience in business, you've basically got a few different options. But to me, and I'm a hospitality girl, I come from a long time in hospitality as a businesswoman, and to me there are 3 easy things you can do. And of course, these apply to your coaching as well. You can increase your rate to increase your business, so you can start being paid more for what you do. You can increase your client base, so you can be paid the same amount but using those skills with more people and eventually amassing more dollars because you've reached more clients. Or you can increase your products and services to hopefully increase the number of people who are purchasing from you and also the repeat custom from your clients. So we're going to look at all 3 of those, and I want to talk to you about how I've done each of those in my own business and some general tips about how to do that in your coaching business. And then at the end, guys, I'm going to give you a good amount of time for Q&A, because this Get Off Your Butt and Coach series will be finishing up tonight. This is really your chance to ask the questions that you need to ask, and I do give you that opportunity all the way throughout the classes, but especially tonight I really wanted to open up the floor a little bit for you. All right, so let's have a look at increasing your rate. Okay, so increasing your rate is something that is I guess it's something we all want to do, and I think that perhaps amongst coaches there can be a bit of a misconception that coaching is such a valuable product that you should be able to just immediately charge a very high amount of money for it. Now, is that a reality? Is that not? My experience in the marketplace is no. I know that there are other coaches who've gone out straight away and charged $500. I am not one of those. I am someone who started with lots and lots of pro bonos, and for whatever reason, my own stuff, my own stories, I felt that I had to start at a very low rate when I started coaching. So as some of you know, I started at $50 a session. I then increased my rate to about $175 for my next few clients. There seemed to be no resistance there, so I kept upping things. I now sit at between $275 and $350 per session, depending on what the client needs, what the relationship is, how long the relationship is, etc. And I'm fairly satisfied with that rate, considering that others in the mental health field earn, you know, $120 to about $250 a session, and those are degree qualified people who've been around for a long time in a more recognised capacity. I think that the $275 to $350 bracket is pretty good, and I'm happy with that. I also charge a much higher rate for any corporate work or any group work, and that's a different story. But tonight we're talking about your one-on-one coaching practice. So how do you increase your rate? How do you increase the perception of value that you're giving to your clients in order to be able to charge them more for your services? Here's what I did. I increased my value in the marketplace through massive practice, through building my knowledge, and through building my skills. So I practiced as often as possible with whoever would be coached, and I also stretched myself well beyond the boundaries of the reading and information that was provided in my coaching course. Went out and got shelves and shelves and shelves full of books about coaching and all other related disciplines, and I've brought all of those into my own unique coaching style. A big influence for me was the world of quantum physics, and that's certainly something I can talk to you guys about later. But that was certainly helpful in me finding my own heart space, my own coaching style. It really suited who I was, and it allowed me to stand in a place of power and knowledge, and allowed me to have more confidence in what I was giving to the client, which is in itself kind of funny because, as we know, just your presence is enough for change to occur. All right, I built my reputation through through references and testimonials. So every single client I worked with, I got a testimonial from them. The good ones went up on my webpage straight away. The crappy ones I got rid of or didn't use, but I always said a gracious thank you to the client anyway. You must get testimonials from your clients, pro bono, paid, whoever they are, it doesn't matter. Ask them for a testimonial. If you need to, one of my strategies is corporates are actually can be challenging to get testimonials from because the kind of work I do with them in HR strategy consulting is that they can be hesitant to give a testimonial, so I offer them a discount on their account in order to extract a testimonial from them. Now that's not a strategy I'm saying you need to use for your one-on-one clients, but it's helpful for me in reducing barriers for my corporate clients who, you know, they usually want to keep things on the down low. Good question, Karen. Karen's saying, when you say crappy ones, did you mean they weren't really impressed? Yeah, great question, Karen. No, sorry, I didn't mean that. What I meant was I've never had a coaching client be unhappy or dissatisfied with services, because I just give them everything I've got and I help them get to wherever they need to go. So I do whatever it takes. What I mean is, Karen, not everyone has the writing skills to write a testimonial that speaks the way you want it to speak about your services. So be strategic with your use of testimonials. Once you've collected a few, be choosy about which ones you choose to display where. Does that answer your question, Karen? All right. So thank you, Karen. So one of the other things that I did, I just let everyone know what I was doing, and some people liked it and some people didn't, and that doesn't matter. What matters is that I let my broader network know, hey, I'm doing this coaching thing now. I am offering 6 pro bono sessions to a limited number of pro bono clients in order to contribute to the community and refine my skills. And you know, I would love to offer that to anyone who would want to take advantage of it from my own network. After that, I will be charging. So this is a wonderful opportunity for you to experience coaching firsthand and give me a much needed hand as well. And all I'm going to require from you is that you bring something real to the table, and that if you're at the end of the sessions that you provide a testimonial for me at the conclusion of our relationship that is a truthful and honest record of what you experienced in coaching. And some of those testimonials are still my favourite ones, because they were such a surprise for the people who said yes, who didn't really think that they wanted to be coached but just wanted to help me out. All right, I worked on my money stuff. This is massive, guys. So many of you have said to me, I don't think I should charge that much. I don't think I'm qualified to charge that much. I don't think I'm really worth more than this much. Can you please promise me, swear, that you will work on that money stuff, those money beliefs and filters and all of that stuff that's holding you back about money, all of those strange beliefs we have about money. And guys, you might need a pickaxe to dig them out. But you really need to work on your money stuff, because in order to attract a client who's willing to pay a certain amount, you need to believe that you are worth that amount. In fact, what Doc and Dale always say to us is, offer what you believe is 5 times the value of what the client is paying, and that way there's no imbalance. There's absolutely no question that what you're giving them is worth what they're paying. Okay, John's saying people will only pay you what you think you deserve. I agree, John. And Yasmin wholeheartedly is working on it right now. Good on you, Dale. And absolutely, John, the other thing I would say is that the market only pays you what the market thinks you're worth. So you need to find out what the market that you're targeting believes is a valuable proposition, and then you need to make that proposition available in order to be paid what the market believes you're worth, what you believe you're worth in that marketplace. So the market is only ever going to give you what it sees you are worth. And this is where I see so many coaches struggling and saying, hey, I just can't get past that $150. Okay, well, what are you offering for $150? And is it actually worth 5 times that much? Because if it's not, let's up the offering. What do I mean by upping the offering in a private coaching session? I mean giving incredible value, being an absolute expert, having had great practice, bringing your game 100% every time, bringing confidence and certainty to the session, doing whatever it takes to give the client what they need. This is what you need to bring to your coaching sessions. Absolute certainty, and in time, with practice, absolute expertise, and being on your game 100%. All right, other strategies I use to increase my rate. I found hey, guys, this is huge. This is something massive I've been wanting to talk to you about. I found a specific niche in an area that I was an expert in and that people already knew and trusted me in. Let me say that again. I found a specific niche in an area that I was an expert in and that people already knew and trusted me in. What was that niche? Careers or human resources. I've been a human resources practitioner for the previous 12 years and built a really good profile amongst lots and lots of people. And you know what? When I was attempting to do a general life coaching practice, for me, that wasn't the path. It wasn't working. The coaches who get paid the big dollars, guys, in terms of hourly rate or sessional rate, are the ones who have a specific niche and have expertise in that niche. So I niched into career coaching, and it's worked beautifully for me. Career coaching is something that I love. This is the other thing I wanted to talk to you about. You know what? Coach something that you love, not something that you don't know anything about or that you're scared of or that you dislike. Let me give you a really, really personal example. Weight is not my strong point. Managing my weight is not my strong point. I'm happy with my health. I love my body. I do lots and lots of great exercise and I eat beautifully. And I'm not a skinny little stick figure model, and I don't think I ever will be. And so for me, deciding to coach a weight loss niche would really be a waste of time, because I wouldn't believe that I had enough congruency, enough knowledge, enough expertise in that area to give great value to my clients. And it would take a lot of rapport building for them to see the value that I could give them in that niche. Much easier for me was to trade off what I already knew, what I was already an expert in, and what I already had people who trusted and believed in me in, and that was in the human resources / career space. So I became a career coach. I developed a series of products and a coaching system based on career and the steps that I believe that you need to take when you're changing careers, and it works beautifully for me every time. So please think about this, guys. Coach what you love. Please coach what you love, because you're going to be coaching it all day, every day. So it better be something you're happy to talk about and that you can give people really exceptional value for money with. Can I check in with you on this, please? Is everyone cool? Are you getting it? Mona, thank goodness I've never weighed that much. Mona's saying, you could tell them you used to weigh 150 kilos and you've lost weight. Well, Mona, actually, no, I never weighed 150. I lost about 11 when I went vegan, and I've never looked back, and I'm really, really happy with that. But I've still got more to lose, and so it would just never be a really congruent niche for me. Yeah. All right, great. Thank you, guys. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we're cool. All right. In the meantime, what did I do to increase my rate? I did whatever it took to pay the mortgage. I did whatever it took to pay the mortgage, put vegetables on the table, and keep me moving forward and being able to pay my business bills. What did that mean? Okay, I was building my career coaching business, I was building products, all of that stuff takes time. I was out searching for clients, I was networking, I was building my skills, I was going to classes, I was doing the reading and developing my system. And I was working with maybe, 4 clients at a time. It's not enough to pay the bills. So what did I do in the meantime? I found myself a contracting job with at the time I was I'm a qualified trainer, so I was doing hospitality training, my area of expertise, and I was earning $45 an hour sitting in windy, freezing cold shopping malls and food courts all over Victoria, out in the country, driving up to Shepparton for weekends and driving back, doing whatever it took to pay the bills so I could keep working on my passion. And this is the reality of it, guys. If you want to quit your full-time jobs, you must have something else there or have built up your coaching practice enough that you are going to meet all of your obligations. Is everyone hearing me on this? You got to do whatever it takes in the meantime, yeah? And I want to encourage you, Glenn's saying, okay, what I want to encourage you to do is think about it like this. There are a few different stages that you go through when you're learning a new craft. The first is that you're an apprentice. And what does the apprentice do? The apprentice does lots and lots of study, lots of practice, lots of hours, Okay, then there's the practitioner. The practitioner is motoring along, doing what they need to do, and they're doing the practice of being the whatever it is. Okay, then there's the master. And the master is someone who's mastered all aspects of it, and they've included some new learnings and personalized it for themselves, this new discipline, and now they're doing it in a different way, and they're actually going out and teaching it to other people. I've been through that journey, and that's the journey you're going to have to go through too if you want to get to the point where you're creating a flexible and somewhat unique coaching business for yourself that's going to give you the lifestyle that you want. Let's see, got a couple of questions here. I want to address those. John's asking, did you find it hard to build your practice when you're also working full-time? Of course I did, John. And can I tell you, right now I'm actually working about 16 to 18 hours a day building this product. I work with you guys as a little piece of side work that I do. I also do some other consulting, which has completely dropped away at the moment. My coaching clients are down to bare minimum, and I'm really just working 16 or 18 hours a day building my product. I'm working weekends. I'm working at night after dinner. I'm working, my social life has stopped in the last 4 months. Why? Because I believe in this thing that we're bringing to the market, this new program that we're bringing to the market, and I also believe wholeheartedly in the business that we're going to create for ourselves, myself and my husband Hayden. So is it hard work? Yeah, it is. Is it worth it? Absolutely. I love every second. I love every second, and I love spending time with you guys. Coaching is just a beautiful place to be. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. There was another question there. I heard, oh yeah, James is saying, I heard the advice, don't leave your full-time job until your coaching pays your current pay. James, I would agree with that, and I guess it would just depend on what your financial situation is. I have been so lucky in that Hayden has retained his full-time work at the moment on top of building the business and working with his coaching clients. So he's a very busy man too, and he brings in about 2/3 of our income at the moment, and the other 1/3 is from me right now. And our plan is that by the time his income is replaced, he'll be working full-time with me, and it's a stepped plan. What I did originally was quit my full-time job and jumped off the deep end, and I wouldn't recommend that to anyone unless you're that kind of person and you've had success with that kind of strategy yourself previously. What I would recommend is be really smart, do your homework, build your business, and just keep going until it all happens. Mona, how long do you think it would take to earn a reasonable income? Mona, what's reasonable? And how long do you think it would take? Well, that's not really the question. The question is, how long do you think it will take you? And how much action will you have to take for it to get to that point? What I can tell you, Mona, is that my income that I was earning, which was a modest manager's income in a large hospitality company, I had replaced that in terms of hourly rate within moments of starting coaching, but I wasn't working as many hours as I was, as many paid hours as I was when I was working in the hotels. So in terms of increasing my business, it's been a strategy of using a combination, individual coaching clients, corporate consulting, some teaching, and some jobs where I just did whatever I had to do to get the bills paid. Is that making sense for you guys? So for me, it was a strategy of, you know, mix it up, say yes to whatever job you need to. Doc was a different case. He was running his full-time business at the same time he was building his coaching practice. So he was coaching from, as you know, 6 till 8 in the morning, then running his software business from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. every day, having a break for an hour or two for dinner, and then from 8 till 10 at night he was coaching as well. So he also was working very long hours. How did you find your way into the corporate world, asks John. John, I've always worked there. It's just, it's always been my space. So it's not a hard place for me to go back to. I've got contacts there, and once so John, I was working as a trainer and a human resources professional for about 12 years in corporate, and so the people who I knew in that space already knew me there. So as a coach, it wasn't hard for me to make that leap. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to finish telling you about increasing your rate, and then we're going to look at the other two aspects of increasing your business. What else did I do to increase my rate? I stopped trying so hard and just, accepted that it was going to take some time, and what I didn't do was give up. I kept believing. I made sure I delivered great results, and I had outstanding customer service. So any customer I had, I treated with absolute respect. Lots of follow-up, lots of thank yous, lots of giving, and really genuinely gave from the heart. And also, most importantly, I worked with an outstanding mentor who happened to be the head of our coaching college, Doc, who is just the most extraordinary mentor that you can work with in terms of building your business. I couldn't recommend him highly enough. Okay. All right, Greg, I'm going to leave that question till a bit later. Can you just make sure you ask it again? Okay. All right, so how to increase your client base. All right, increasing your client base is simply a numbers game. How many clients do you want to see each day, and at what times, in what setting, individual or group? So you've got to decide what you want your world to look like when you're working full-time for yourself as a coach, and then you design your day and your business actions around that. So how do you increase your client base? First of all, referrals. Ask for them from all of your past clients, your pro bonos, anyone. Ask them for, hey, do you know anyone else who might benefit from coaching? Then you have a couple of choices. You can give them a gift for giving you a qualified lead or a referral. You can use a card system where you give them a gift card and you say to them, hey, look, this is a gift to you that I would love you to pass on to your friend. And it's actually a referral card, and it says this voucher entitles the bearer to coaching to the value of $250 as a thank you for being a part of my journey, or whatever the wording is. Doc has some samples he can give you. You then give that to the client and you say to them, look, I just want to thank you so much, and I want to be able for you to give the gift of coaching to someone else. So as a thank you to you for spending time with me and allowing me to be part of your journey, I would love to give you this gift to pass on to a valuable colleague or friend, and I would love to give them an initial coaching session complimentary on your behalf. And so it's a lovely gift that you can give to your pro bono or your paying client that they can then give on to another potential client for you. You do a free coaching session out of it, but during that coaching session you make sure that you do an excellent job and you get to the point where that client is saying, how do I get more of this? Is everyone clear on this strategy? This is a strategy that Doc taught me, and it's a wonderful one. Works beautifully. Okay. Repeat custom, getting the same client back again. All you have to do is every now and then check in with a client. Hey, how's everything going? I was just thinking of you. How's that new job going, or whatever it was? And suddenly they go, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind popping in for a session. Now, I'm not talking about hassling past clients, but what I'm talking about is genuinely with true intention of nothing more than just touching base and saying hi to them and showing them that you still care, letting them know that you're still there. This is a strategy that works beautifully as well. And what happens for me is usually with my career coaching clients, I'll do 4 to 6 sessions with them, and then I'll do roughly a 6 monthly follow-up. And usually what happens is we'll end up doing just a bit of a tune-up session in those 6-month follow-ups. All right, let's see, networking and follow up your networking. There is a whole class on networking. It's one of the first classes that's available to you on the website. I think it's called Ninja Networking, and please watch it. All of my networking tips are in there. Networking is incredibly important for increasing your client base. Word of mouth. If you're doing a great job, clients will refer other clients onto you. Get a great website, get those testimonials onto your website, and then you need to start looking at advertising your website with Google AdWords campaigns, something that Doc can teach you through the Master Coach program, which is just the most extraordinary thing. I've learned how to do that through him, and like I said, we're pressing go on our business button probably Friday or Saturday and expecting some wonderful results from everything we've learnt from that. But, you know, just some basic advertising is a great way to get started. Increase your client base also by looking into new niches. You might find micro niches within your niche. So for example, for me, career coaching, doing my career coaching, helping people find a job, and actually it turns out that it's mostly women I'm dealing with for whatever reason. So that's a micro niche. Women looking for a career transition who are over the age of 45 and who are earning over $80,000, that's a micro niche. That's a secondary niche that I can find more clients in, and I can target slightly differently. Find out where your ideal client hangs out and just go there, hang out there, be an information giver and a resource in that space. I could be talking about networking, I could be talking about online communities. Wherever you feel your ideal client is hanging out, go hang out there. Volunteer your services to people who have access to your niche, and never stop paying attention to increasing your client base. You should always be looking for new and innovative and exciting and fun ways to reach new clients. It's kind of the thrill of the chase. Guys, coaching is a service that if you're really good at it, then your clients are all going to disappear very, very quickly because you've done what you needed to do with them and they're out living their lives. So you need to always pay attention to increasing your client base. Okay, and I'm going to address that question a little bit later on for you, okay? Guys, can I have an okay that we're cool with increasing your client base? Great. All right, thank you. And the third strategy, of course, is increasing your products and services. So increasing your products and services is a really great way to increase your profitability. It increases your ability to charge one client for multiple streams or multiple products or services, and it also allows you into new niches. Also, very importantly, it gives you a more stable base if the market crashes. And this is something that I want to talk to you about. Okay, I'm working in a big, giant Melbourne hotel, one of the biggest luxury hotels in Melbourne, and the GFC hits, and I'm the training manager. And the news is doom and gloom for the hotel sector. This is a few years ago. And some of the hotels around us start to show really, really bad symptoms of poor profitability, falling occupancy, less people spending money in their hotels, and the whole hotel sector starts to crash. The hotel that I was working in survived incredibly well. Why? Because they had a very, very broad base. What did they do? They had about 30% of their business coming from regional Australia and Victoria, and that was about a third of their guests. About a third of their revenue came from conferencing, and that was split about 50-50. Half of it came from international conferences, half of it came from Australian conferences. And about a third of their business was groups, so some kind of tours, groups, etc. The sectors that failed very, very quickly in that market were the internationals and the groups. So instantly about 30% of that hotel's revenue fell away, but they had the other 60% plus or minus the 10% working for them, and what they did was they just increased their reach into those markets. Is this making sense? They didn't have just one product or service that they sold, so when demand started crashing, they had other markets they could massage and get more business out of. And this is where I believe true strength in business lies, is in diversifying your product. What do I mean by that in terms of coaching? Well, coaching is a one-on-one service, but you, from your coaching, can build products and services. All right, you've got one-on-one coaching, you've got packages, you've got workshops, you've got webinars, either live or pre-recorded. You've got audios, you've got CDs that you can record and send out and make available online. There are workbooks you can do. You can do add-ons for your niche. So for example, for me in career coaching, one really simple add-on, resume services, interview boot camp. It's not career coaching, I'm calling it something different. Suddenly it's appealing to people who wouldn't pay for career coaching. You can consult to businesses. You can become a coaching consultant. You can film workshops and make a video series of them. Make DVDs. You can get people to pay 3 cents for a quote of the day or whatever it is. You can do email coaching, any kinds of follow-up services. You can do tune-up sessions, like I said before, after your coaching has finished with those clients. Monetize your blog. You can run special events, big events with other coaches where you do joint ventures. You can do special event webinars around certain times of the year. Find a new niche, find a parallel niche, find a niche that complements your current niche. Is all of this making sense for you? Lots and lots and lots of things you can do with coaching knowledge and skills that can give you a more diverse business base, so that should the face-to-face coaching niche crash, or for whatever reason in your specific niche, should the demand dip, you have other resources that you can go to and you've got a nice big broad business base. This is making sense, yeah? I'm getting some yeses. Yeah, Karen, good. I'm glad. This is deeply challenging her about who she wants to be as a coach and who you want to coach. Karen, please promise me you're going to target people as clients who you actually will enjoy hanging out with. This is so important. Who do you want to hang out with every day? Make them your clients, please. Please, because you'll love it then and you'll want to give it everything you've got, and that's when the magic happens. All right. I feel like we're really rushing. I just want to make sure I'm answering your questions. So what is the mindset that you need for success? What are the things that you need to believe in order for all of this to work? Guys, this is my take on it, and you can use whatever beliefs you want that are going to get you to where you want to go. Here's what I believe. There are no easy answers. There are answers that are easier than you think. But this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not an instant, wow, today I can start charging $1,000 for my coaching. Although, hey man, if you can do it, go ahead and do it. I would love to know what your strategy is. Here's what you need to know. Persistence above everything else will make the difference. Commitment to your craft. Committing to yourself that you're going to take this thing the whole way and really become the best coach you can be. I want to see every single one of you do that. That's what's going to make the difference for you. And more than anything, you need a plan. You can't leave this up to luck. You actually need a plan. Step up. Exactly. There's a few people going, oh yeah, baby. Wonderful. All right, so I feel like I've downloaded a lot, but I want to give you an opportunity now to ask any other questions. Now, there were a couple of questions that I didn't answer early on. One of them was, do I believe in email coaching? The answer is absolutely. I'm a huge fan of email coaching. The client presents an issue or situation. You then give them some learnings about that. Get them to go away and think about it, come back to you with any questions. It becomes more of an ongoing dialogue than a one-on-one, this is your session for coaching this topic. It becomes more of a back and forth, but I absolutely believe it can work, and I do it with a couple of my clients. Okay, there was another question. Okay, Bob, perfectionism, think about it. When is something perfect? When do you know you've achieved perfect? Well, the answer is you don't, because the second you've achieved perfect with one mindset, you then find a way you can improve on it. So the problem with perfectionism is it gets you stuck in a loop of always wanting to improve one thing without moving on and getting on with the next thing that needs to be done. It's actually a strategy for mediocrity, because it means that you never actually finish anything and you leave everything undone. So I would challenge you, Bob, to think about perfectionism as something that can hold you back, and rather knowing that you're going to do the best you can with the resources you have at the time, getting as close as possible to how you want it to be, and then moving on. Does this make sense? I can see where you're going with this. Bob's saying strive for the ultimate. Okay, how do you charge for email coaching? Danielle, that's the same way you charge for any coaching. You have a coaching agreement, you get a prepaid payment coming into your account, and you only coach once that has happened, yeah? Tendo's saying practice makes improvement, not perfect. Karen's saying, I work in a school that's very committed to having perfect practice. It can be very draining. Yeah, Karen, it is. And everyone's interpretation of perfect is different as well. It is exhausting. All right, any other questions? There was one more question that I asked someone to ask again. I cannot remember what it was. If that person can just rewrite that question for me, I think it might have been Greg or Glenn. Okay, Sarkis is saying, what modality would you apply in email communications to ensure you're offering the best experience? Would you apply a bit of all? Absolutely, Sarkis, until you know that client's preferred modality, and then you speak to them mostly in that. Same as with every other client. Yep, cool. Okay. Ange is saying affiliate marketing. Yeah, affiliate marketing is a whole different kettle of fish, Ange. I agree. I think it can work for some coaches. I've not been there yet. I'm not sure if perhaps Doc has, maybe. He would be a great person to ask about that. All right. If there are no other questions, actually I need to finish this webinar and start the next one. So guys, I really want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a real pleasure to bring you these classes and to see the massive shift that's occurred in our community, because I'm asking you, please get off your butts and start coaching. It's not about perfection, it's about getting out there and learning your craft and mastering your craft. And I really want to encourage you all to go out and coach, because the practice, that coaching, is what's going to assist you in building your expertise. And if you want to come along and join me for the next class in a few moments, in the ICF class, our second ICF class from 9 till 10, we'll be talking about creating a beautiful, coaching presence. And your coaching presence is all about trust. Trust happens and intuition happens when you've had heaps of practice. So get out there and start coaching, guys. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time with you. Thank you. You're all my inspirations. And hope to see you all again tonight in just a moment or two in the next class. So thank you very much.